Let's get back to tonight's summit, the new Middle East, as Owen described it there. And joining me now in our studio, Yonatan Freeman, international relations expert at the Hebrew University of Jerusalem. And so let's take a look at what has been discussed so far at this meeting. It looks like they're discussing putting together some kind of security infrastructure. How do you think that would work? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think there's a lot of common interest between Israel and these states. I think on the one hand, all of them see that Iran is a threat to stability, a threat to energy, a threat to the system that we have here in the area. And I think Israel also serves right now at this meeting behind us as really a mediator between some of these interests, because the United States right now is going to a different direction. It seems like the United States may be signing an agreement with a group, with a entity, which these states see as very promoting instability. So I think that Israel can serve as both someone to fill the vacuum that America might be leaving because of it going into this agreement with Iran.
Yonatan, we heard something quite remarkable in that report, and that was the Israeli Prime Minister expressing his sorrow, as he put it, for that attack in Saudi Arabia. Of course, Saudi Arabia does not have relations with Israel at this point. A lot of analysts are saying, though, that they are very much behind the scenes at this summit, even if they haven't sent anyone in person.
I think that even though there's no one physically here, their messages are here. We know that last few moments that we've had in time already, that they already allow flights over Saudi Arabia. We've also had reports by during the Corona time where many hundreds of Saudi officials have visited Israel. So I think even though not here, their message is being heard, and I think there's a lot of things that we can talk to them about it. And I think also that maybe part of the talks are also about another Muslim or Arab country who will be announcing relations with Israel, and Saudi Arabia is also behind that as well.
And your thoughts? Here we are, the world is moving on. Israel has the technology. Israel is a diplomatic powerhouse right now. But a brutal reminder that old persistent problems remain.
But I think the fact that we're continuing these talks, even with all these attacks and all these security threats, really proves what the Palestinians have not been able to prove. And that is, before we solve their problem, we won't be able to, no one will talk to us. But now it's the opposite. We'll talk to you. That's more important, because in the end, it's not Palestine first, it's Saudi Arabia first, it's Sudan first, it's all these countries first. And I think they really, as Ambassador Ayon said, they need the tools, they need the safety net, they need our assistance, and that's what they're here about. And this is our Camp David. You know, David Ben-Gurion is buried real next to us. Maybe they'll go visit him. This is our Camp David, and I think Israel's really proving it to the world.
The Israelis would probably have preferred to have had this summit in Jerusalem.
Well, we might have a summit with Ukraine in Jerusalem. We'll have to see. But I think this might be really a way. And I think David Ben-Gurion also said that the Negev Desert will be where the Israel people will be tested. I think this is an area where we have shown our military might, our economic might, and now we're diplomatic might. And so I think what we're doing right now may even suggest what we might do in Jerusalem between Russia and Ukraine in the future.